It's Madden NFL 22, where division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Panthers and the Saints coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today we've got an NFC South matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from the Superdome. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who'll be calling the plays under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brees. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Brees. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage. And that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area. So you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And to give this time to the tailback. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Brees. He finds his man, complete. That's Chandler. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff looking right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now a throw here to his running back. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that, because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, 1st down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive. On 1st down, Brees. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. To try here for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, and none other than Cam Newton.
And many people are having difficulty pegging exactly what they believe Cam Newton is at this point in his career. for me, when I see certain days and he's right, he can still be an accurate passer, can still get the ball downfield. And his running ability, especially inside the 10, still makes him a difficult quarterback to prepare for.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A strong running. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now Newton. Going deep for Benjamin. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Carolina. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now Bush on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now the first carry for Bush. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brees to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Chandler. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brees. He finds his man, complete. That's Chandler. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on first down is Brees. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Brees again. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brees. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Run the ball, his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Newton, he'll get this to his running back, Benjamin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side here with Davis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Newton. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
2 minutes minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Here we go.
Coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the 50, Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he's got this down to the 35.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
You ain't gonna hurt me.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the red zone now, Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And he keeps 6 points off the board. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Here's Davis. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that makes it 14-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now Bush on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Brees. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Here's Smith to return it.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime report. First, though, time for a check of the...
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in the second half. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Well, the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up the third down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Newton. And this will be incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Brees now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Brees now. And Cook has it, left side. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, Not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try and run for the first with Bush. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
They're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence. And you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Throwing now is Brees. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brees, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brees. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Brees now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that makes this a two-score ball game. And, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Point after, right down the middle. And these guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Out now following the touchdown to kick. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina, and the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. There's going to be a jet sweep. Newton bats it forward. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Newton. Here's Benjamin with a catch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that on your side.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now Newton on first down. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. Oh, heck of a move. Man. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brees. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. To throw is Brees. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
You have fun with this one, partner?
Yeah, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. They have the short field, and they make quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On first down, it's Newton. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Newton now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Newton throwing again. Being chased out left. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Newton. Touchdown, Panthers! From 8 yards out. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now for the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run on first down. It's Bush. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets it down to the 32. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.